This is Chuck Hester with WRAL Checkwire with an exclusive interview with Scot Wingo, serial entrepreneur and founder of several different startups, including Channel Advisor. So Scott, you're here today to talk about a new venture.
Yeah. Today we're announcing the launch of ReFiBuy. So it's ReFiBuy, and it's .ai if you want to learn more. And this is a new company focused on AI, obviously. There's part of AI, this is kind of an overused term already, but there's agents or agentic. So we're really kind of in that area, which is probably, if you kind of the AI I'm talking about started with Gen AI, which really kicked off with ChatGPT in 2022. So kind of large language models, and then you have retrieval augmented generation was the next big innovation, and then these frameworks that let you build agents that can actually do things almost like a human would, a digital worker, is pretty much less than 12 months old. So that's the area where we're exploring, and in the category of e-commerce and retail, where I know a fair amount from my time at Channel Advisor.
Sure. And for the consumer, what does that look like? What does that mean for them?
Well, one of the things that's interesting, so I haven't been actively involved in e-commerce for 10 years, and it hasn't changed much. You've got some innovation with some sites like Temu and Shein and some of this kind of thing, and TikTok shops. But for the large part, e-commerce has kind of flattened out. And if anything, I think it's gotten less exciting and less easy to use. If you go to Amazon, for example, over 30% of the real estate is used on ads, and we're kind of in this stale part of e-commerce, I feel like, and we're really only at about 17-18% adoption in the US, where other countries are at as high as 25-30, like in Europe. And then as you get into Asia, you get into the high 80s, 90s. So I think we need to reinvigorate e-commerce. And I think the way we do that is make it easier, better, more fun. And I think agents can do that. What we're going to be doing is we're not going to be doing a consumer-based thing here. We're going to be helping retailers and larger brands prepare for that and innovate. So they will be our customers. So it's a B2B company.
Okay, fair enough. And the round that the term I saw in the press release you sent over was oversubscribed, which is something that a startup loves to hear. So talk about it's 1.7 million, and talk about who's involved with it.
Yeah, so we've been following some best practices for launching a company, and one of those is we've been in stealth mode for a while. Today we're revealing what we're up to, and once we did that, we started to talk to some investors that were interested in what we're doing. So, under confidential arrangements, we were able to share that and ended up raising. We were shooting for 1.5, and we got a bit oversubscribed, but let some folks in that we think can have a big impact. The lead of this round, and this is what we would call a pre-seed in the venture world. So still very early. We don't have revenue yet or anything quite like that, and we're still working on our first product, but it's well underway. The I had worked with a firm. It used to be called ATV, Advanced Technology Ventures, and now it's called G20 out of Boston. They usually do later stage things, but we have a relationship there, so they took a pretty big chunk of this. And then another firm I've worked a lot with in my tweener fund capacity is out of Atlanta called Knoll Ventures, Knoll. So they came in as well. And then we were really excited that one of the investors in Kevel, so James Avery is involved on a personal level, is called Commerce Ventures, and you can tell by their name they're very active in this space, and they rarely also do earlier stage things, but they were very excited by our vision for what we want to build, and they had wanted to place a bet in this area, so they're on board as well. So those are some, and then some angel investors that some of them are local names you would know, like I mentioned, James Avery, Robbie Allen's involved, and then we have some folks that are from the e-commerce world. Like I do a podcast with one of the guys that is at Publicis. He invested, Jason Goldberg. There's a guy, Derek Wall, someone that's from our area that's kind of become semi-famous more for crypto, but he also is really well known in the investor world. His name's Anthony Pompliano, so Pomp as they call him. So he's an investor. So there's details in the press release, but that's kind of some of the highlights.
Very, very cool. Well, congratulations, Scott, on that. And I understand you're doing demos and have a wait list for that, and we'll put that in the article as well. But you're at it again, man. Congratulations.
Thanks. We're real excited. It's a fun area. I've been writing a lot about this because I've been thinking about it. And so, we're going to be super efficient. So right now there's basically 4 founders and a couple employees, and that's going to be it for a while. So we're going to try the seed strapping thing. So hopefully we'll do this pre-seed round and a seed round. And then if all goes well, we will have at least the ability to be done. We may choose not to, but that's interesting. And then, the speed of execution with this AI native. So the developers are all using modern AI enhanced tools. We're all of our go-to-market strategy is going to be, basically, starting from now. It's not really any of the older kind of stuff. So we're excited to see what that does as far as how we can accelerate things and break the mold of things we've done in the past.
Scott Wingo, thanks for the time. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Chuck. Always good to see you.